Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Recha, Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. I wanted to go into this secular scientific source that corroborates the validity of the scriptures and prove that plant life and other forms of of the Most High's creation has a life form, okay, and it is given in the scriptures what these things that seem like an inanimate object, right? Different forms of plant life. It's given personification, likened to it having human characteristics. All right, but it's been revealed that plants actually communicate. All right, and this was a fact that was expounded and brought out by the elders in the Bay camp. All right, GMS SF Bay, about how, just as the scriptures mention, that the plant life can literally communicate. Okay, therefore it has an essence. It actually has a life form. All right, and all these life forms, the Most High's creation as a whole is in mourning. All right, it's languishing under the inhabitants thereof. And let's go ahead and grab that. This is in Isaiah 24. And for the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And that's primarily, who can you blame the defilement of a place on the most? All right, you'd have to blame them that are in charge. All right, whenever you look at the problem or some type of predicament, some type of issue, some problem that's going on in any type of organization, entity, whatever the fuck it might be, you always go to the top, because there's a statement that it calls it trickles down, and it does. All right, you can follow the trail up the fucking food chain to see who the source of the fucking problem is. All right, because the ones who are in charge are the only ones who can truly affect change. That's why they say shit like, nobody can be racist but Esau Edom, because he's is the only one who has the ability to actually affect change in society. Okay, from the pretty much from the foundation, from the root, he can fucking switch shit up. Okay, and through that, what has he done? He's completely destroyed this fucking place. All right, he's mismanaged the earth, and he didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And he didn't even really have to get all intricate with it, going into the intricacies of the 613 laws. All he had to do was just follow the broad kind of the laws and ordinances, as I mentioned, that pertains to how you conduct life. Okay, how you operate in life. Going into the land Sabbath. Okay, how you deal. And because he's fucked all that off, this place is completely destroyed. Okay, everything is in a state of mourning and in a state of languishing. All right, it says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof. That's mainly them that are in charge. All right, Esau, Edom, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Okay, if he simply followed the ways that the Most High set out to conduct his creation, okay, this place wouldn't be in the state that it's in. But this, of course, we have to mention, this is according to the Most High's counsel that shall stand. The Most High set this fucking demon up to do exactly what he's done. All right, to destroy this fucking place, to take peace from the earth, as the scriptures say, that he's going to destroy him. And these people are going to get their hands on him too. That did what? That destroyed the earth. Okay. So we see that everything's in a state of mourning. And here's a resource of secular resource of scientific proof that that plant life actually has a life form. Okay. And they communicate, they give off fucking distress signals. All right. Plants communicate distress using their own kind of nervous system. The model, which is a mustard plant, uses the same signals as animals to relay distress. Plants may lack brains, but they have a nervous system of sorts, and now plant biologists have discovered that when a leaf gets eaten, it warns other leaves by using some of the same signals as animals. The new work is starting to unravel a long-standing mystery about how different parts of plant communicate with one another. Animal nerve cells talk to each other with the aid of an amino acid called glutamate, which, after being released by an excited nerve cell, helps set off a wave of calcium ions in adjacent cells. The wave travels down the next nerve cell, which relays a signal to the next one in line, enabling long-distance communication. But scientists were investigating something else when they stumbled on their discovery: how plants react to gravity. They developed a molecular sensor that could detect increases in calcium, which they thought might play a role. They bred the sensor, which glows brighter as calcium levels increase, into a mustard plant called Arabidopsis. It says, they then cut one of its leaves to see whether they could detect any calcium activity. They immediately saw a glow that got brighter, then dimmer, right next to the wound. Then the glow appeared and disappeared farther away until the wave of calcium reached to the other leaves. They report today in Science. It says, further study pinpointed glutamate as the trigger of the calcium wave. See? So they're finding out that it was to a wound, meaning when the plant was cut. All right. And showing you it gave off signals. It said it got brighter and then dimmer next to the wound. It was pretty much like a flash, and they've showed that in different depictions. I believe one of the cartoons was fucking Fern Gully, a children's cartoon that depicted how plant life, it actually screams out and cries out and shit. All right, and it has that's kind of reminiscent of humans. Like when you cut a human or wound a human, their shit throbs. It gets red and shit. So this is showing you the life form in the other forms of the Most High's creation. Okay, that show you that these things are alive. All right, and Edom's destruction of these things is not going to go unpunished. Like I said, his turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Okay, when the Most High sets this shit right, all these the different forms of the Most High's creation are going to be in a state of relief so that they can take a deep fucking breath and say, man, this former, you can't even call the faggot a steward, all right? But the former manager just completely, had me fucked off, okay? They're going to have a sigh of fucking relief in the kingdom, proving how the scriptures give animate characteristics to the Most High's plant life. We're going to finish off with that. Start in Isaiah 55:12. It says, "For ye shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands." And we know mountains and hills and even trees are mountains and hills reference to governments and shit. Mountains being governments and hills being the smaller governments, but and then trees also going into people, humans. But we're going to prove that this is in literal reference to trees. Okay. Actual plant life is going to be fucking straight up rejoicing and singing because the destroyer is out of the picture. It's not in the power seat anymore to fuck them up. In verse 13 it said, "Instead of the thorn shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree." See, so showing you that it was in reference to actual trees are going to be rejoicing. Okay. This is in Jeremiah 12:4. It says, "How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein?" So, oftentimes the scriptures reference the wickedness of Israel, okay? Because that's really who the law, statutes, and commandments pertains into, but loosely unto the world as well, of how to fucking govern a land, okay? How to deal with the inhabitants, the plant life, all of it. And primarily those, like the laws and the ordinances on how to deal, okay? It was really for everybody to fucking follow. So this applies not only to Israel, okay? Not only when we're off for our iniquity and transgression will a land be fucked off, okay? Will the land mourn? And this applies, but it also applies to Esau, Edom, okay? What he's done, he's caused the land to mourn, all right? The actual fucking plant life, the animals, everything, all of the Most High's creation is in mourning, okay? This shows you that that's possible. Okay? How can a land mourn? But absolutely, it's first and foremost the people before it's a place, but then subsequently it's all those other components of a land. All right, the animals, and the plant life. Finishing off in Isaiah 14:8, it says, "Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us." All right. Verse 7, "The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing." Okay. So the fir trees, the plant life, Most High's foliage is literally going to rejoice. And we just found out that these things they do indeed give off signals. They communicate, they speak, okay, in different ways. And when Esau, Edom, the man who is guilty of clear cutting, all right, and deforestation, he's going to be fucking taken out of the way. All right, he's going to be destroyed and taken out of the power seat so that all of the Most High's creation is not subject unto his will, unto his mismanagement, his destruction, him tainting it. All right. And just as I said, the whole earth is going to break out into a state of rejoicing and singing. All right. Once again, proof. We have so-called secular findings, proof of the scriptures, of the validity of these scriptures, man. All right. And as it says in Hebrews, that the whole earth is in groaning. All of the creatures and creation is in a state of groaning in anticipation for the manifestation of the sons of the living power. All right. And that's what we long for. That's the day that we hasten unto. All right. And apparently the the plant life as well. All right. They can't wait. They're longing for the establishment of the Most High's kingdom, man. All right. So with that, all praises on Hawa, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Ruach HaKadosh. Shalom.